What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing fantastic out there. So starting off with a blank slate here. That's because I wanted you guys to kind of see how this knife came to me, at least. So I can only assume that this is how these knives are shipped. Again, I don't know 100%, but I am going to go off an assumption. But I wanted you guys to see this anyway. So this is a knife from the Pass Around group. So again, as the title states, we're taking a look at the Axial Knives Alpine. So this is a pretty cool design for a fixed blade. So we're going to crack right on into this thing. So inside you do get a couple of pieces of swag from Axial. You get some stickers and a couple of these coasters. And then, of course, inside you do get the knife with its sheath. It looks like there is another coaster at the bottom of everything down here. And then, depending on what knife you get, and we'll talk about that, you will also get a box here. So, talking about that. So, going on with Axial, with these knives, there are, let's see, 2, 4, 5... I don't know, probably 15 different options, 20 different options. I'm not going to sit there and count them all. So this is probably the second most expensive layout you can get for this. It does come with the sheath. It does come with the lanyard. We'll talk about all that here as well. So I do want to go ahead and just jump straight into some of the pricing with this knife. And as we're doing that, we'll go through some of the options that you can get. So there are 3 different blade shapes with this knife. So you do have the traditional drop point here, like you see here. And then there's also a Tonto and a Wharncliffe as well. There are 5 different handle styles that you can get. You can either get a black G10 handle. So as you can see, so you have the blade and then the handle scales are actually tapped on. And then this one has inserts. So you can get just the black G10 handle scales with the Magna Cut blade. That's $230. OD Green Micarta, it brings it up to $240. Then a plain stonewashed titanium, which is like these here without the insert. Those bring it up to $290. And then the anodized bronze titanium is $295. Now, if you have the titanium with the inserts, that does bump it up considerably, bumps it up to $330. Now, I do not know if there is a price difference or what that price difference is on the bronzed tie with inserts, because as I'm filming this, they do not have any of those in stock, so I can't see the pricing. But like I said, $330 for the knife as you see it right here. Now, the inserts they have available, and from what I can see, all of the inserts, regardless of which one you choose, is the same price. So they have the Black G10, OD Green Micarta, and then they have Nebula, Lava Flow, Black Dunes, and Jungle Wear, which is what we have here, Fat Carbon. So pretty interesting stuff. Now I do have a couple of different inserts there. We'll go into that here in just a second. Again, with the sheath, so you can see it is a just a fold over, taco style sheath. You do get the ulti clip with it, so it does come as set up here. Pretty good sheath, pretty decent retention, and I can assume just by looking here at the shape of the cutout there that it is slightly formed, because you do see it is slightly formed to the. Let's see if I can catch that in the light. There you go. There's a little bit of form there for that drop point, but it is the main cutout here would definitely fit either the Wharncliffe or the Tonto blade. But let's go ahead and jump into some close-ups of this knife here. So really nice swedge drop point. If it didn't say it was a drop point, I would kind of argue maybe slightly modified clip point, because it does look like it's got a little bit of upsweep there to it. But that could just be my eyes playing tricks on me. There you can see the Axial branding. It is USA made. You got the flag on the other side there. The grinds look pretty doggone good. Axial makes some great stuff. Love their OTFs. Go ahead and take a look while we got it here. Go ahead and take a look at that tip. So your tip does favor that side just a little bit. So it favors the left just a hair. Not too terribly bad. And looks like we have T8 hardware. We'll go ahead and check that really quickly. Grab my trusty spanner here. This might be larger than a T8. We'll check here. Yeah, it's got to be a little bit larger than a T8. It might be, yeah, because they're all about the same. Let's see. Nope, it is a T8, but seems a little. Let's try my Weehaw T8. Yeah, it's just got a little bit of a little bit of movement there on the T8. Again, it's not extreme. It's just more than I was expecting, to be honest. So yeah, so you've got just a a little bit of wiggle there. You can see that, and here it is on the actual bit itself. So not terrible, but again, just not the best I've seen. So there you can see the stonewashed titanium and CPM MagnaCut there on the handle. Get that to where you can read it. Then the Jungleware Fat Carbon. And this is the lanyard that they include with it. It does have a really nice milled titanium bead. And on the back, you do have some milling on the handle as well. And then right there is that little secret hole. That is how you get these inlays out. They are in there with magnets. So pretty interesting there. But they do give you a tool to where you can remove those. And then, of course, the scales are swappable as well. They do sell scales and inlay sets separately, as well as the bead separately. We'll talk about all that. So the knife itself, for those who don't care about all the other crap, the knife itself is extremely ergonomic. It feels fantastic in the hand. I have absolutely zero complaints about that. I mean, there's some people that's going to, say that it needs jimping. I would agree. I would like to see some jimping on it. For some folks, that's a deal breaker. For me, it's something I would like to see, but it's not a deal breaker. It's, kind of take it or leave it thing. It's comfortable without it. I don't feel the need for it, honestly, because of the way the handle's shaped. Getting my thumb on it, it's just, for for the task that you're going to use an EDC size fixed blade for, even in a heavier use task, it's you're not having any problems there. Spine feels somewhat sharp, so that would probably be good as well. It kind of rounds off a little bit as you go down the spine, so you've got some sharpness right here on this very beginning part for scraping, but I don't know how well it would work because it does start to round off as you get closer and closer to the tip. It just gets more and more rounded because you can see right there where the swedge starts. So that's where it starts getting more and more rounded off. But again, just a fantastic handle shape. Very neutral handle. It's just kind of one of those things. It's a no-brainer. It's going to feel good in the hand. Your sharpening choil is pretty doggone good. I didn't do a zoom in on it, but you do have a sharpening choil there. The plunge grind stops pretty early. Let's go ahead and zoom in so you can see it. So the plunge grind does stop pretty early. So you do have that pretty decent sharpening choil there. And it is a full height flat grind with the swedge. It's going to be a fairly slicey blade. I kind of hesitate to do cut tests, and we've talked about this before in previous videos. I kind of hesitate to do them with these pass-around knives because I don't know what they've been through. But MagnaCut should be able to hold up to that. And this one's, it's sharp. I can definitely tell it would be how it would be out of the box. I mean, it's sharp enough for me to be happy with it. So no issues there. Like I said, even with it having some use, I am on the tail end of the pass around for this thing, so it has been through several hands. Now, let's talk about the accessory stuff that comes along with it. Like I said, you do get the sheath It does come with the bead. So if you did want to just buy the lanyard and bead by itself, they're not expensive. Only $15 on the website. So that's a really good deal. So with the scales, it comes in this little box. You get a little tool with that, and they come in a pouch. So there are actually 2 different sets of inlays here. So we've got the OD green, which looks more like a desert tan color, and this is the micarta, and then these are the black G10. And all the tool is, it's not a specialty tool by any means, although it is pretty nice that it closes up nice and compact. So it's just a little 45-degree hook. Now the hook itself is replaceable. So you can see that there, it does unscrew, so that hook is replaceable if it gets damaged or anything like that. I'm sure like the precision hook sets that you can find at most auto parts or electrical repair places would work. So let's just go ahead and be safe. And nope, you can't do that because the sheath covers up the inlay. I was going to say let's be safe and put the sheath on it, but you can't really do that. So you just stick the pick in here. And you see how I'm making sure you guys can see what I'm doing there. Well, the fact that this thing is unscrewing itself is kind of being a pain right now. I want to put some Loctite on that or something if you get one. And then literally all you do, let me zoom in here. There we go. So you just stick it in there, and then you just pop that straight out, and that allows you to get your fingernail in there and pull it out. Well, maybe. There we go. That time I kept it from turning. So this does want to try to want to turn on you. Like I said, and that is just because this piece here, whenever you push it out, it's just wanting to unscrew. But not a huge deal. Once you get the one poked out, you just push the other one out from the other side. So that's not a problem. Just push the other one out from the other side and just pop them out. So you can take any of these other sets here, and then they just pop right on in. So there you can see what it would look like with the green micarta. And let's do the black G10 here. These are very strong magnets. Make sure you can see what I'm doing here. So the micarta, or the G10's not wanting to go in there. There we go. So you just kind of set her down in there, and there it is with the black G10. The one that I was really interested in is the Black Dunes. It looks like just normal carbon fiber, but like a marbled carbon fiber. Almost has kind of a topographical look to it. It's very interesting. I will try, and I put the emphasis on try. I will try to put up a flash of the different configurations that you can get with this thing. I'm hoping that I'll be able to snag a couple of pictures from their website directly. But if I can't, I can't. If I can, they'll be right here. All right, guys. So here is the drop point, just like what we have there. You can see the price tag on that guy. That's the exact one we're looking at. We're going to change it over to the different blade shapes. So here is your Tonto, and then here's my favorite, the Warncliffe. That's a beautiful knife right there. And we're just going to take a look at some of the various options. So there's your G10 scales. And then you have the green micarta, which looks more like a desert tan to me. And then the bronzed anodized titanium. And then I figured out here that you can only do the inlays on the stonewashed titanium, but there's your G10 inlay. And then your micarta inlay, which you've seen both of those. Then we have the Nebula Fat Carbon, which I call it the USA Fat Carbon. Beautiful stuff. The Lava Flow, another favorite of mine. And there you can kind of zoom in on that. Check that out. Beautiful, beautiful fat carbon. Then another one that I really like, which is the Black Dunes. It looks very cool to me. So yep, that's it, guys. All right, we'll get back to the table. So yeah, outside of that, there's not a whole lot to talk about on a fixed blade. As you guys know, the ergonomics are great. You know, it's sharp. You know, it's MagnaCut. It's USA made. You get some cool dangly bits with it. A really well done sheath. Even though it's a simple sheath, it is a very well done sheath. Great retention on there. It is not adjustable retention, so keep that in mind. But you know, it'd be a great little pocket sheath, especially with the ulti clip there. Yeah, outside of that, there's not a whole lot to talk about with this guy. So scales and inlays. Okay, so I did forget about the scales and inlays. So individual scales are sold separately if you want to buy those. They range at $50. I'm assuming they jump up in $10 increments from the G10 to the micarta. They didn't have any micarta ones in stock, but it's a $10 difference in the normal knife, so I assume it's $10 difference in the scales. Could be wrong though. But the G10 scales are $50. Again, I don't know exactly what the micarta scales run. Titanium scales are $80 by themselves and $90 for the inlaid scales. And then the inlays themselves are anywhere between $40 and $60. So your G10 and micarta scales are going to be in that $40 to $50 range, and then $60 for your carbon fiber scales. So yeah, so let me know what you guys think on this. Pretty stellar little handheld, you know, just a fantastic little EDC, you know, EDC knife. I guess we could talk about some weight and stuff on it. So I don't forget that. But again, this is going to be the heavier version. So you're looking at 3.7 ounces. I guess the full titanium one would be a little bit heavier. So 3.7 ounces, sub 4 ounces for a 3-inch, I believe, fixed blade. Let's take a look here. And yeah, it's a 3-inch cutting edge, 3¼ inch blade, right at 3¼ inch blade. You're looking at right at a 6 3/4 overall. So pretty good size knife. Like I said, especially for that EDC size. So, all right, guys. Well, I do appreciate y'all as always for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one. And as always, just remember, when you're out and about, remember, be kind, be humble, be EDC. Take care.